Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Ryan and I's honeymoon that we took in October of last year, so October of 2019. We planned it for quite a while, and I feel like there's a few things we could have done differently, maybe a couple of different vendors we could have used. But overall, we had an amazing time. We saw a lot of awesome stuff. So I just wanted to kind of share with you what we saw, what we liked, and what we wish we would have done differently. So to start off, our wedding was October 19, 2019. We got married at the Desert Botanical Gardens here in Phoenix, Arizona. And it was an evening wedding. Most weddings are held on a Saturday. So our honeymoon took place the following Monday. So our wedding was the 19th. We left on the 21st, and it was an early flight. So I think we left at like 7 a.m. in the morning. My mom and Ryan's mom helped care for Maximo, who is our 17-month-old. Our first flight was from Phoenix to Seattle, and then Seattle to Dubai. We started off at Atlantis, which was a beachfront hotel. And we were there for a few days. It was amazing. It was so much fun. If you've ever been to the Atlantis Hotel in Dubai, they're known for having a really beautiful aquarium, and the whole hotel is kind of in this water scene where you have aquariums everywhere. They have really nice restaurants, and they have a beachfront kind of private beach for the resort. So we never really had to leave for those first few days that we were in Dubai. So we got to really enjoy the relaxation in the beach scene. So that was kind of our first few days of our honeymoon. After Dubai at Atlantis, we then went into Dubai inner city, which was called the Palace. I'll insert down below all of the hotels we stayed at, so excuse me if I'm wrong. It should have been called the Palace in downtown. This was right next to the biggest mall in the world, so the Mall of Dubai, essentially. And we were able to walk to the mall. Inform you, the temperature in Dubai in October was so humid. We were told that it actually wasn't that bad compared to the norm. You're kind of just wanting to have no clothes on. You want to be in tank tops, you want to be in short shorts, you want to be in skirts and dresses. But here's the catch. The culture there is very conservative. So you're not really allowed to wear tank tops and short skirts. So most of the time you're covered up and you're trying to be conservative for their culture. To have your shoulders covered, that was a big thing. So you could have short sleeve shirts, but your shoulders must be covered. So tank tops were not okay. Low tops were not okay. And shorts to the knee was what they requested. So my wardrobe, knowing this going into the trip, I had already purchased a lot of flowy capris, that's what you would call them. So that was kind of what I lived in for most of the trip, because the other places we went to also had a little bit of the dress code policies as well. Ryan was able to wear shorts. He was able to kind of wear whatever he wanted. You weren't allowed to be in like swim gear, so he couldn't wear swim shorts. But for the most part, they didn't really have any restrictions for the downtown Dubai and the beach zones that we went to. So the mall was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. Their hospitality was out of this world. They greeted you at the doors. They helped you everywhere to do everything. They gave you warm cloths. They gave you it was really, really nice, and they made your stay feel really special. So after Dubai, we left and we went for a full-day trip to Abu Dhabi. And that is about an hour and a half out of Dubai drive. So we had a full-on tour guide, and we booked it through getatourguide.com. So that's mostly where we got a lot of our tours from and tour guides for our trip. So they picked us up from our hotel right when they said they were, and you could pick either a private tour or you could do a tour with 1 or 2 other couples depending on what you chose. For this one, we actually wanted to do it with other people because of what we were doing and what we were going to experience, and we just thought it'd be a lot more fun to do with others. So we ended up being with another couple. So it was 3 of them. It was their child and the mom and the dad. So much fun. We drove out there. We went to a speedway that was kind of where you can go rent cars and you can go race them. We ended up not doing that, but we were able to see a race that was happening at the time that we were there, which was really cool. And the speedway was right next door to Ferrari World. So we kind of got to do both. Ryan really wanted to go to Ferrari World because you don't go to Abu Dhabi and not go to Ferrari World. So that we spent about half a day there, and we got to explore. They had all these really cool inside rides and attractions, a lot of cars on display that you could take photos with. Experience to kind of see the different culture. And again, Ferrari World was another one of those places that was very conservative, and you were not allowed to wear tank tops or shorts. So you had to be covered. Again, I wore my flowy capris and I had no issues with my closed-toed Vans because you have to wear closed-toed shoes to go to the Ferrari World as well because of most of the attractions and the rides and the risk. So they make you wear closed-toed shoes. And then Ryan obviously just wore his shorts and his polo. After Ferrari World, we ended up going to please don't get upset with me for butchering Muscal. I apologize. It was one of the most famous muscals in Abu Dhabi, and we were able to go walk it and really enjoy. And I will put in a clip here for you so you can see kind of our experience. This was another one where you had to be covered, and this time you had to be covered from head to toe. So our driver provided the covers for us, which was wonderful. So we didn't have to worry about going to go rent or buy any of those. That was included in our tour. So you put on, mine was black, but they come in many colors. He just had black on him. So it has a hood and it's long sleeve, and I'll insert a photo here as well, so you can see. It goes all the way down to your ankles. Your ankle bone must be covered. We spent about an hour and a half there exploring it and taking photos. You're able to take photos in certain spots and beautiful chandeliers, a lot of culture. That was kind of our highlight for Abu Dhabi, is I really wanted to see some culture. So we ended the day, it was a long tour. I want to say it was at 8 a.m. and we didn't get back to the hotel until 7 p.m. So it was a full day tour out to Abu Dhabi. After Abu Dhabi, we ended up going to Egypt. So that was our next flight, our next stop on our honeymoon. Now, Egypt is one of those places where you either love it or you hate it, right? So personally for us, we loved it. We were minutes from the entrance of the pyramids. So here is one of our tricks, is that we hired a driver to pick us up from the airport and take us to our hotel. We booked this one through getatourguide.com as well. And so what they did was their gentleman met us literally at the gate as we were getting off the plane. And he escorted us through the airport, got us our visa, which we didn't even have to do any paperwork for. Don't tell anyone. Stamped our information with the visa and everything we needed, got us right through security. And I mean, Ryan and I were just looking at each other like, oh my goodness. So I definitely would recommend having somebody who can get you through the airport. It definitely is a little sketchy. So if you have someone, you're more likely to not have any problems. So just be advised, hire someone to do it. It was not that expensive. I think it was $50 each way, which for me, if you got an Uber or a Lyft, you're probably looking at $30 each way. So you're paying for the convenience for safety. They take you outside and they hand you off to another person with the company. And they all have name badges, and all the information on your itinerary online match what they have. So this is kind of how you can verify that you're getting the right car with the correct people. They passed us off to the next guy who was our escort and our driver. So we got into the vehicle and they kind of told us about the town, and we did some sightseeing on our way into town. So that was really nice. He was great. They got us right up to the door. They helped you kind of find the entrance, who to talk to, what to say, gave us, they were very, very nice. So that was how we got from the airport to the hotel. Then the following day, we had our tour of the pyramids. So we all, again, hired a tour guide from getyourtourguide.com. Got some really cool photos. I'll insert one here. This is the one of us right when we entered the pyramid. You can kind of see like we're getting ready to go down, and I panicked halfway through. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, I'm done, I can't do this, I need to go back. And Ryan kind of coached me through and said, you're fine, we're almost there. And there was a guy in front of us, and he kind of yelled back. He goes, you guys are almost there, you can make it, you're almost here, you're almost here. And so, because it's dark, it's muggy. There's very small vent holes and light holes, so you can see, but my little guy's homesick today. So you can see, but it's just uncomfortable, right? So you get down, there's this really awesome room. It's huge, you can stand in it, and there's a tomb down there. So that was one of our experiences that we did. After the pyramids, we went and did a camel ride. We were able to ride them. So you don't do a long ride, you just do a quick ride from the top of the hill and you go down to the front of the pyramids. You get a cool little camera shot, and then you come back. So I'll insert that photo here. That was kind of us freaking out because the camel on all of the hills, I mean, you just go forward and back and forward and back, and there's not much to hold on to. And Ryan's a big guy, so he was a little on edge, but it was a really great experience, and it was really awesome. And then on our way back, we went to the museum. Saw some really cool artifacts and some really awesome history there. We ended up going through the Nile River. So we pulled over to take some photos next to the Nile River. We were going to go do lunch there, and we ended up just not having the time because the museum wasn't close to where the pyramids are. So to get from the museum back was going to take us quite a while. So we kind of just picked and chose what we were going to end up doing. We changed the itinerary a little bit. We enjoyed it, we had fun. We weren't there long. I will say it's definitely very safe. I know a lot of people have fears. Just be smart, surround yourself with the correct people, surround yourself with experts who can help you and guide you around and make sure that you don't get pickpocketed, make sure that you don't get in the wrong scene. So as long as you're smart, there's no problems. The day we left, again, the same guy who drove us from the airport to the hotel came and picked us up. So that was really cool. We had the same exact guy. And we were on a mission to find a Starbucks cup. If anyone knows me, I'll insert a photo of my Starbucks wall. This is only half of my Starbucks. These are just the ones that I really like to have on display. But if you know me, I collect Starbucks mugs from everywhere we go. And I could not find a Starbucks mug from Egypt to save my life. So my mission was to find one on the way out. And the guys were so nice. We stopped at like every Starbucks we could. I think we stopped at 4 Starbucks on the way to the airport and no luck. So luckily, I was able to find one on eBay that was just slightly used. So the one I have here isn't authentic. I didn't pick it up with my bare hands and give it love. But the other part of me is I didn't really want to carry it around because we still had quite a long time on our honeymoon. So it worked out for the best. Okay, so then from Egypt, we then went to Athens. And Athens was probably the highlight for me just because of the weather was phenomenal. So Egypt was better, but it was still not the best weather. It was a little warm, a little muggy, but it actually wasn't bad. Dubai was miserable. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was miserable, but the experience made it an amazing experience. So Athens was gorgeous, except for it rained for like one full day. But the day that we had all of our tours, it was beautiful, so it worked out perfect. We ended up staying at the King. You guys, I am awful with remembering. I should have written them down and had them in front of me. I'll put it in the description below where we stayed in Athens, but it was pretty much the heart of Athens. So the next day we had a tour with getatourguide.com. She was phenomenal, and it was really nice because her study was in ruins. So go ahead and comment below on what that is called. So she was very she was very educated on Athens and everything that it offered. We went and saw so much in Athens, and I'm just going to insert photos here so you can just see for yourself everything that we saw. Athens. It was beautiful. It was stunning. The area was gorgeous. Marble there is like granite here. Everyone uses marble, and that's kind of like a low grade for them. So I'm like, can I get some of that? Can I bring it back here? So then we did a day trip from Athens to Santorini, and the flight was just an hour. It was super quick, and we did another tour. These ones were all private. The only group tour we did was the one we did in Abu Dhabi, just so that you know. So all the rest of them were all private tours, which was nice. Santorini, it was this private Mercedes, huge SUV, like bus almost. And he zigzagged through these very small roads and up in these beautiful views. We had lunch out on a terrace that oversaw the water. I'll insert photos here so you can see that. Relaxing day, something that's on everyone's bucket list to go see these famous blue top buildings that are just completely white. Hi babies. My little guy is hungry. So that was Santorini, and it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I'm gonna let the photos speak for itself because I mean that was what we did. After Santorini, we ended our honeymoon in Turkey. So we went to Istanbul in Turkey, And it was a quick kind of, we knew we were gonna have to fly through Turkey because most flights from Athens had a connection in Istanbul. So we got in, really nice hotel, beautiful. It was kind of dirty though. So, and it was really pretty, like the surrounding, but once you got into the inner city, it was really tight. There was no roads, and it was cigarette smoke everywhere. I don't smoke. It's not something that I enjoy on smelling, and Turkey or Istanbul was very, everyone smokes. That's just the culture. That's how it is in Athens too. So we got into Turkey. We did a tour again. This time we did not do a private tour. We did a huge group tour. So this big bus came and picked everyone up from whatever hotel they were staying at, and we went around and did certain events. So the first thing we did was we got on a boat and we rode the boat through the town. So you could kind of see the famous bridge and the really beautiful muscals that surround the water. And then after the boat ride, we ended up going, and I'll insert a photo here so you can kind of see what the bridge photo was. I believe I have one of Ryan and I sitting, and you can see the bridge behind us. And then after that, we went and did a cable car ride. So we went all the way up to the top of a mountain, and it was known for being a graveyard. So you go all the way to the top, you get into this cable car, it seats 6, 3 on each side, and your view was absolutely stunning. So you can see the whole entire water, you can see the graveyard underneath you and the greenery. It was beautiful. So I'll insert that. I have a small little clip from that little cable ride, and I'll insert it here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So that was kind of the experiences we did on our honeymoon. We had a blast. If you have any questions, let me know. But I just thought it'd be kind of fun to share some of our experiences. And really quickly, some of the things that I wish we would have done was had more time in Santorini. So we only did a 1 day in Santorini. I wish we had the opportunity to stay the night there to experience the nightlife and the sun coming down, because by the time we got onto the plane, we just missed the sun going down. So it would have been really nice to kind of experience that aspect of Santorini, because I've heard it's absolutely stunning. The second thing was the Nile River. I wish I would have allotted for the Nile River cruise, to where you can go and take a boat down the river, and I believe they even do like a mud bath option to where you can go bathe in the Nile River mud, and it's supposed to be very, just absolutely amazing and wonderful for your skin. And that's it, to be honest. I feel like everything we did, we fit so much into our time frame to get it all done and see as much as we could. I don't regret that at all. We did miss our baby. We were away for 15 days. And so coming back and being away from him was a big struggle for both of us. There's plenty of nights where we cried and we missed him and we were homesick. But at the same time, this was the time for Ryan and I to connect as husband and wife. So I highly recommend you getting a tour guide. Definitely would do that again. I used hotels.com for majority of our bookings, or I used Expedia for some of our flight combo. So it just depends on what deal was going on. I planned it all myself. So if you have, if you want to see tricks and tips of how I planned it and how we coordinated, I can do a whole nother video on that. It was a lot of work, but I tried to do it on a budget and save where I could. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will insert some clips right here at the end for you to kind of see a little bit more in depth of our honeymoon. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.